Welcome to Trading Up Special Edition, where we give you an inside look at job opportunities and the possibility to trade up your lifestyle. Probably one of the toughest decisions we make is what career path to follow, whether fresh out of high school or already in a career that isn't quite what you expected, or perhaps facing a job loss. What are your options? You could just immediately enter the workforce. Many today are hiring with no experience necessary. Maybe a 4 or more year college degree is your path to a chosen profession. Or yet, another option is to get trained by and learn from the best in the agriculture industry, a place where you can unlock your future. You won't just settle for an average run-of-the-mill job, but you'll learn on-site from the best in the industry. And you'll get well paid, all while building a career in a company known for their employee satisfaction, community involvement, and where opportunities are endless, and growth is your destination. On this episode of Trading Up Special Edition, we're heading to the Andersons Large Pack facility in Maumee, Ohio. We'll meet several employees currently employed at the Andersons in the maintenance department and learn about their job. But first, let's learn a little bit about the history of the Andersons and what they do here at the Maumee facility.
I'm Steve Labordas. I'm the Director of Operations for our nutrient group. Today we're here at the Maumee complex. The Andersons has been in the greater Maumee-Toledo area for the last 7 decades. We just recently celebrated our 75th anniversary just a couple of years ago, so we've been in the community for quite some time. So here at the Maumee complex, there are several businesses that are taking place. There's the nutrient business, the wholesale business. There's some industrial business that takes place. There's some packaging operations that are taking place, some granulation, and then at the other end of our complex is more related to our grain operations. So the large pack business here, or the operations here at the Maumee complex, is supported by lawn care operations businesses locally. So a lot of the yard maintenance type of fertilizers, insecticides, herbicides, all that is packaged right here at the Maumee complex. Additionally, the large pack business is supported with professional field maintenance, such as football fields, golf courses, those types of fields. So the culture at the Andersons for an employee, I really like how we operate within a statement of principles. It relates to employees, it relates to our communities, and over the 7 decades that we've been in business, we've absolutely stayed true to those statement of principle values. Relative to the statement of principles and how that would relate to an employee, we call out, personal development. So that means that you can come in and the company is dedicated to training you and developing you to whatever level of a career that you would like to take. So there are several different types of positions. Operations is one that we would have available, whether it would be within packaging or the wholesale side of the business. And so, that could be, driving locomotives and unloading rail cars and things like that. And then on the maintenance side, there's different levels of maintenance that we can bring you in on. And maintenance is applied within all of our operations and all of our business areas. And so a lot of opportunity in that area.
My name is Nathaniel Freeborn. I'm the maintenance supervisor. I've been with the Andersons about 1.5 years. The responsibility of the maintenance team is to be here to support production. Whether it's 1 shift, 2 shifts, or 3 shifts, we cover those shifts so that maintenance is always there to help production keep running if they have problems or issues. Outside of that, our responsibility is to help make things better, to help things more efficient, and to improve things for safety, reliability, and the health and welfare of the people out in the plant.
The Andersons position relative to safety, it is our highest priority. We have other priorities, serving the customers, development for our employees. However, safety is held at the very highest regard. Let's take a minute to visit our maintenance group, who is very critical to making sure that our day-to-day operations run smoothly.
We are in the maintenance shop, and we'll just show you around a little bit. This is where the magic happens. Some of our tools in the maintenance shop. Drill press. We've got a metal muncher.
My name is Josh Hamricker, and I'm a Tech 2 maintenance tech at the Andersons. One of the great tools that we have that I've never really messed with before in any of my maintenance career is one of our metal munchers. It's a great tool to use rather than just trying to cut it other ways. You can get it right down to what you need.
The Anderson supplies tools for the guys to use. They don't use their own tools.
They provide all of our tools and all of our PPEs. We have
Hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, and a reimbursement for your boots even.
So anything that they need, we go out and we get it. And I got a couple guys here this morning working on a project.
We're trying to improve our dump sink where we dump the material.
We have an issue where we're getting some large chunks of pallet wood into our system, and it jams up our screw conveyors.
When they are cutting back bags, sometimes the broken pallets get into there, so we want to try to prevent that from happening.
So we're going to put this grating up there to keep those large chunks from going in. One of the other jobs that we have going on in the shop is rebuilding our V conveyor. After a bag gets filled from the bagger, it travels down the V conveyor to go to the palletizer. And we've got a few of these in the plant, and what we do is we take one off the line, put the spare in place, and while we have it in the shop, we go through it, totally rebuild it. We get new rollers, new sprockets, new drive, and then we do any improvements that need to be done on it to send it back to the line. That's a bunch of the parts that are torn off, and then those are some of the parts that are going on that are painted yellow.
Coming up on Trading Up Special Edition, the crew will take us on a tour of the large pack facility and show us a few of the processes that go on during a typical day in the maintenance department at the Andersons. But first, let's test your knowledge with Trading Up Trivia. In our conversations with Steve Labortis, roughly how many years has the Andersons been in Maumee, Ohio? Is it A, more than 45, B, more than 60, C, more than 75, or D, more than 100? We'll be back with the answer right after this. Welcome back. Before the break, we asked, in our conversations with Steve Labortis, roughly how many years has the Andersons been in Maumee, Ohio? If you answered C, more than 75, you are correct. Your path to becoming an employee begins the first day you step through the doors at the Andersons. Not only are you given hands-on expert instruction, but you're also given the tools necessary to start a fulfilling career. Let's follow along as the team shows us a typical day in the maintenance department at the Andersons.
That's another conveyor we just refurbished. We're almost done with that one to put it back in. We have to watch for forklift traffic as we walk, so we don't go near the doors where the forks come in and out. So we use the service doors. Here in the bin alley, this is what we call a dump sink for our A and B lines. The raw materials get dumped into here with skid steers, and it goes through this grating, which has some pretty large holes. And what we found is that sometimes we get some of these pieces of pallet material that makes its way through the grating, and then it ends up going through our system and jamming some of our screw conveyors. And we don't want this stuff getting into our equipment or in the final product. The guys were working on making those grating pieces to fit on top, to make the hole smaller, to keep this stuff out of it. And he's gonna be coming through here with us. This is kind of a rebagging process where we're taking material from one bag, we're gonna put it back into the system, and it's gonna go through and either get rebagged as a different product, or there was something wrong with the bags that we have, and it's gonna go in a different bag. So it's a way to recycle the material or put it back into the system to either mix with more ingredients or add something to it. So you'll see the process here of how the grates work when they dump material in. We'll see if this has any clumps in it or not, and it does. They push it through with their feet. And then if it's really bad, they'll use a skid steer bucket and push down. So the fiberglass, instead of taking this grating out and just putting fiberglass in there, if they would push down on it with the skid steer, it would break the fiberglass. So we're just leaving this grating right where it's at, set the fiberglass on top, and we'll trial it out and see how it works. Oh, we don't want to interrupt production. Right now we're going to install this fiberglass grating that we cut up and sized to put on top of the other grating. Then we will trial it out and see how well it works. So outside of the normal preventative maintenance and repair maintenance that we're doing day to day, we're always looking to make improvements on the processes or the equipment. Those ideas come from anybody in the company. They can come from the production workers, the foremen, maintenance guys. This was something that it's a headache for us when we get these screws jammed up top. It's a headache for the operations people because they got to interrupt operations. They have to go in there, open up a screw conveyor, clean it out. Sometimes it leads to repairs for the maintenance and stuff on the equipment. So the idea here is put something in place to prevent that situation from happening. We take ideas from just about anybody, and if it's a good idea, something simple, we'll give it a shot and see how it works. Bring that flush as far as, you know what I'm saying?
I can bring it closer to close this little gap right here. Are we notched?
There. So once we get this secured in place, the next batch they throw up, we're gonna see how well it works. And then we'll monitor it for the next couple days, different material going through, different operators get their feedback, and if everything seems to be going good, we'll just make it into a permanent installation. So we're making these little clips to hold the fiberglass grating in place. In case they do put a skid steer bucket on top to push things through and they scrape backwards, they won't scrape off our fiberglass while we're doing the trial.
You're gonna put that in front here to keep that from pulling forward.
Sees out this way or sees out this way?
Well, the seed would come onto here, so it would be kind of like that.
See, now you just push it back like that and we created that gap up there. So maybe we should get a measurement back here and maybe get some square tube and just, yeah. So once we got our piece in, we've got another improvement to make. So we'll come back and fill in our little gap and we'll be good to go.
The Andersons maintenance employees play an important role in keeping everyday operations running smoothly and efficiently. They also utilize their training to keep their work environments safe.
We're gonna walk down to our C line, which is just one more line of production that we have in the plant. And as we pass by the equipment, we'll explain what we do to the equipment and on a normal basis. A little awkward for you, but safer. One of the improvements that we've made the past year is our dust collector. This is one of two that we installed in the plant, and this one covers the equipment running on C line. This thing takes care of collecting or reducing the amount of dust that is around where the workers are working. So we have dust collector pickup points near the bagging stations where the material comes down into the bag. A little bit of dust pops out and it gets collected through the ductwork in the dust collector, and the clean air gets vented outside. So this is a process where they're filling the bags with our material from our scale. As the material jumps into the bag clamps, it's let go, it travels down our V conveyor. The next guy is prepping the bag to go through the sealer, which seals the top of the bag. Some of the things that we do for maintenance is we take care of the PM on all the equipment that's running, the bag clamps, the scale, the V conveyor. This is one of the V conveyors, like what we have in our shop where we're rebuilding the other one. So when we're done with that one, we can bring it down, give these guys a brand new V conveyor, and then we'll take this one and rebuild the entire thing. Once the bag is full of material, it drops down on the conveyors. And what the production crew does is they set up the line, which means they're setting up the guides for the bags to meet up with the robot, which picks the bags up and sets them on a stack on a pallet. So to have a good stack on the pallet, everything leading up to that point where the bag gets picked up needs to be set up to have a nice bag in the proper position. What this conveyor does here, it's called a bag flattener, and it kind of pushes the bag together and squeezes it down to make it flat and get the air out of it. And that makes it a nice position when it comes out of this thing to make its way to the robot in the right position and in the right way for the robot to pick it up and set it on the pallet and have a nice stack of, say, 5 or 7 layers. And if you have nice layers on your pallet, nothing's gonna fall off in transit. Once the bags go through the line, they're gonna end up here getting picked up by the robot, and then the robot picks them up, sets them on a nice stack on the pallet, and then the pallet travels through to a wrapper, gets shrink wrapped. And then gets sent off, and we put it on trucks to be delivered.
So there's quite a bit of opportunity for somebody that's just coming right out of high school for a career, particularly right here at the Maumee complex, specifically with large pack. An individual could get involved with maintenance. We can start out at the ground level and train along. There are different levels in which you can obtain with additional training that takes place right here.
For a maintenance person coming into the Andersons, you get a little bit of mix of working with a lot of old stuff that's been here for years and working with brand new equipment that is kind of state of the art.
You would be matched up with a mentor, someone who's been doing it for quite some time. You know, you would be involved with that individual on a day-to-day basis. You wouldn't be left on your own.
It's a good opportunity for people coming into maintenance who's been into maintenance for a long time or just starting out. You get a little bit of experience with our guys who have been here for 30 plus years and other guys who have been here for less than 2 years. We do offer training. We have a partnership with a college that we do training here on site with our own equipment. We do electrical training, welding training, mechanical, robotic training.
For people who want to make a career out of it, there's always going to be an opportunity to take that next promotion or that next level, which would come with additional compensation.
We have a great benefit package here.
Health insurance, dental insurance,
Optical.
first day on the job, 401k contributions from the company.
And they also put another percentage at the end of the year into our 401k extra. So it all pays out.
You would have the ability to have a cash profit sharing opportunity. When the company does well, we want to make sure that our employees are able to share with that bounty. So an employee coming on first day is going to get 2 weeks vacation per year. We're going to get paid holidays, and then we have the ability to purchase additional vacation days as well as floating holidays, which allow for you to take paid days with non-holiday related time off. We take pride in what we do, and we appreciate the folks that we do it with.
So, what do you think? Does joining the Andersons team sound like a winning move to you? If you're 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, mechanically inclined, and are ready to work, you already have the basic requirements met. Make the move now and apply to the Andersons, where you'll be trained into a great career with competitive pay, great benefits, and more. For more information, head to www.andersonsinc.com.
I think the Andersons is a great opportunity for somebody who is just coming out of high school, maybe not sure what they want to do as a career.
This is a great place, whether if you have no experience or if you have a lot of experience.
You can come in at an entry-level position. There are so many opportunities, whether it would be within the nutrient group, grain side of the business, fabrication side of the business. There's always that next opportunity for growth.
If somebody is looking to get into this field, I think the Andersons is a great place to come to start and to work, because we help you grow.
The Andersons provides opportunity for those who want to commit to a career.
We are looking for people who have a lot of experience, but if you don't have that experience, we can bring you in and we can teach you and develop your skills in the maintenance team.
And if you're willing to relocate, we have over 120 locations throughout the country. And so there's a lot of opportunities in different areas of our business.
And no matter where you go at the Andersons, what I have found is everybody is always asking what they can do to help you, what they can do to help the process, the business. Everybody wants everybody else to succeed. Everybody is out there to help each other.
The Andersons, they take real good care of you. It's like a big family here, and I would tell anybody that the Andersons are a great place to work.